Thank you for tuning in to the Dope Dichotomy podcast. I'm your host, Mona Brown, and today I'm joined by my co-hosts today, Eric and Ray. How are you guys doing?
Blessed and highly favored.
Flavored? You wanted to say flavored, though.
I did.
Ray is filling in for another co-host tonight. They couldn't make it, Mia. I wanted all four of them, all three of them, but you know how it goes sometimes. But Ray is at work, so that's why he has a mask on, and he's trying to do both at the same time. So we'll see how that goes. Tonight, we're going to be discussing hot topics, which are in abundance lately, you know what I'm saying? But more so the ones in the last week that's going on in like the hip hop community and black culture, all that good stuff. So we got some thoughts that maybe people don't agree with or will agree with. And I definitely want y'all to talk to us in the comments and ask your questions, make your comments, all that good stuff. So we're going to get started with the first topic. I'm sure you guys have heard about it. It's been a huge topic, a huge trending topic today and yesterday on Twitter. And DJ EK, first one.
First picture.
Yep. So the first thing is this whole Lil Nas X controversy that's been going on. Okay. For those of you who don't know, Lil Nas X, the same guy who sings, Old Town Road, and also recently came out as being gay. Old Town Road was a song that really, it wasn't made for kids, but it was attractive for kids. But he has made the statement that his music is for kids. Take it how you want. I don't know if he meant little kids or, I don't know. Wu-Tang's for the children. That's all I know. But anyways, Lil Nas X, he made a music video called Call Me By Your Name. And it has a lot of crazy stuff in it. Like, he's going to hell, he's twerking on Satan, all kinds of stuff. So, especially the Christian community, black people don't rock with that, so they're going crazy. A whole bunch of people are going crazy over it. A lot of people are going crazy without even watching it. I can tell by some of the comments, but that's been a big topic. At the same time, he decided to collaborate with Nike, and he's going to be releasing these shoes, I think today. Tomorrow. There's only going to be 666 pairs of them, yes. And they have blood in them, like real human blood at the bottom. They're Air Max, whatever, sneakers.
Red and black, yeah, that's it.
What
Black
happened?
and red, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
I saw a picture of. Nah, they black and red. I saw a picture of them like on my you know how you go on your phone, you
Yeah.
can see different stuff. I didn't from YouTube, but I didn't play it. And they had a picture of him with the shoe in his hand with some red eyes.
Yeah, the shoes actually look tough, except for like the pentagram being up there on the middle.
Right.
I think it's just too big. Like, anyway, even if it wasn't a pentagram, anything on that would be crazy. It's just a shoe design. But have either of you taken the opportunity to watch this video?
I saw a clip, so I haven't really seen the whole video.
Yeah, I haven't seen the video yet, but I keep on hearing about it, hearing the raving behind it, you know what I'm saying, about how demonic it is and how evil it's supposed to be looking. And again, I just saw that Tennessee preview with some red eyes and something about devil worship. I was like, Nike. I was like, what the hell Lil Nas X got going on with Nike?
Right. That surprised me because historically Nike has really tried to be middle of the road, and not too political. So I was surprised with that collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys both speak to the sentiment that I've heard from the majority of people. I've heard some people like saying this is, saints better protect their face, their eyes, and their ears, and this is exactly what, the people who worship Satan want, and he's worshiping Satan, and he's trying to poison the minds of the children. I've heard, well, so what is the big deal? Rock bands have been doing stuff like this forever, like all kinds of stuff.
Right.
So I was trying to wait till people came in to give comments, because actually when I posted the picture of what the topics were going to be tonight, somebody inboxed me. So I'm going to go and read what they inboxed me, but I guess some people are scared to like talk out about it Okay, so let's see. I just comments. Okay, so somebody inboxed me and said this Lil Nas X and shoe deal is really disturbing. I just don't understand the blood in the sole of the shoe and how that can be sold and bought. Although there is a market and a buyer for everything these days, it just creeps me out, and I don't know who did it. It shouldn't be made. As far as the shoe goes, we're going to talk about that separately, but just keep that comment in mind. Soraya Ramsey, hello, darling, is in the comments, and she said it's very weird. Okay, so I was like, what is going on? Because everybody was talking about it. So I was like, you know me, I had to find out for myself. Okay, so let's talk about the video.
Okay.
When I watched the video, my takeaway was that people really need to start finding out things for themselves instead of listening to the mob rule on the internet. Because it's actually like, okay, as far as like art goes, it's very artistic, and he is saying so much in that song and in that video. What he's basically doing, this is what I got from it, okay? In the video, he's like, he goes to hell, he's doing all this crazy stuff, all these different things, and all these things that are typically attributed to gay behavior. And he's playing up what Christians have told gay people and what they told him once he came out, that he was going to, I think we lost Ray, it's okay, that he was going to go to hell. So in the video, he goes to hell. Right. Okay, so he goes to hell, and he's like twerking. He's doing all this salacious behavior because he's trying to say that's what people think of them. Mm-hmm. What people are missing is that he kills the devil in the end of the video. What he's saying in the video, in my opinion, is he's reflecting back. So when he's like making people stand on their word. So either we are really following Satan, and that's what you think, or why are you mad? If you think Satan is a horrible person, why are you mad that I'm twerking on him? I wasn't twerking on Jesus.
Exactly.
He's really like the video. If you watch it, to me, he's taking a mirror and putting it up to that sentiment. Like, we got all these things going on in the world, and you're saying I'm this, so okay, I'm gonna go to hell. I might as well worship the devil because you're saying that I follow the devil. I'm gonna bring out a shoe that has like blood in it.
Conclusion.
Yeah. That's what I got from it. I think the shoe thing is corny. I think it's very weird. I don't believe it's human blood. If it is, that is sick. I don't understand it. But the video, if you watch it, I see he's not saying he worships the devil. He's saying, this is what y'all are telling me. Right. This is what you think about who I am. So I'm going to show you, and I'm going to kill the devil. I'm going to kill because y'all are the devils for telling me that I'm going to hell. That's what I got from the video. But artists do crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That was my first thought anyway. Was instead of, to me now, religion is really exclusive. It's like this club that, you know what, before you get into it or whatever, we want you to meet this criteria. And that's not how, at least Christianity is supposed to be, you know? And so it's getting worse. So it's this vehicle that likes to tell people what is good, what isn't good, you know, where you're gonna go. And I'm just like, the way I took it is, you know, being, you know, I grew up Christian. Why isn't that vehicle being used to, you know, interact with someone like that, you know?
Yeah.
You know, see where his mind is at, you know what I mean? And have a conversation, because everything starts there, you know? That's why things like podcasts are so, you know, interesting now, and everybody goes towards that because everybody is interested in dialogue. Everybody's interested in being heard and seeing what others think. So when you get into this realm where everybody's going to their sides and their corners, you're not gonna meet eye to eye with other people, or whatever. You know what I mean? And really get into what that young man is thinking. Why is he thinking that? What is he going through, et cetera, et cetera. And that's the first thing that resonated, because I was like, oh man, it's gonna be some trouble. You know, I know all these, you know, saints who are gonna go in.
I think it's 50% shock value, marketing, whatever. I think the shoe thing is corny, but you know, whatever. because the shoe thing, people aren't going to get your symbolism. But when I watched the video, I look for symbolism in everything. I see it. But when I heard all these people saying that, I thought it was going to be, oh my God, this demonic thing. But I'm like, he's really he's kind of embarrassing everyone who says that about him, because everybody jumped on it and said, oh, don't feast your eyes on that and don't do this and that. But if you watch it, he's actually killing the devil. Yeah. But because people are so trained to just listen and follow, they're not even watching it. They don't even see what the video's about. Now everybody just says he's worshiping the devil, when really he's saying, no, that's what y'all said I am. So either I am, and you're just saying that's how it is, or you're going to be you're not going to be mad at me for doing what you're saying I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I got from it. What do you think, Ray?
I mean, I agree with both of y'all, man. I think people just have a tendency of going overboard sometimes before they find out the actual truth. You know what I'm saying? You know, we always say it's three sides to a story.
Yeah.
This side, that side, and the actual story itself. I'm looking at the YouTube thing, and according from like 6 hours ago, allegedly he supposedly apologized for the Satan shoe.
Oh, I'm sure he's apologized.
I'm looking at the shoe, and inside the shoe box, allegedly, it got like the satanic symbols on the tongue.
No. He's definitely playing into it. Definitely. The shoe, I think, is a corny marketing tool, and if you can't see that for what it is, like, everybody should know that's what that is, because everybody's talking about it, and it's only 666 things available. He definitely has played that up in the video and in that, and he's saying, you call me this, so this is what I am, but I'm really not. But I think it's stupid.
Yeah, but like I said, man, you know, people gonna have their perspectives on it, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, opinions like an asshole. Everybody got one. You know, so that man know what he made that video for. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? He know the message he trying to send out to his followers and his fans. At the end of the day, you know, and unfortunately, sometimes the media thrive off that negativity.
Yeah. Hey, Makora is a God-fearing lady. Makora, did you take a chance to watch that Lil Nas X video, or are you not going to watch it and you have feelings about it? Because I know your church has probably been on fire talking about it. People have been talking about it. Let us know in the comments, sis. No judgment. I'm just telling people to think for yourself, like really think for yourself. And I understand, though, from a Christian's perspective, people don't want to, you know, you want to protect your, what you watch, what you take in. I get that part, right? But at the same time, those same people sometimes will take in all types of other violent movies, all types of other stuff. But you don't want to take this in because the media and the internet told you not to watch it. But this man is actually killing him at the end. You may not like him being in heels. You may not like him being gay, whatever. But do you want Satan dead? You know, and are you mad that he's disrespecting Satan? You really got to, like, think about it, you know. Coco said she hasn't had a chance to see it. Well, anyways, I just wanted to know everybody's perspective. Feel free to leave it in the comments later, because we're going to move on to the next comment, because I know some people are really upset about it, and I just want to know, you know, have you watched it? I want somebody who's upset about it who has actually watched the full video to comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can kind of see that. All right, next one. All right. Oh, my God. Okay, so.
I already know.
Did y'all see? Look. Okay. Boosie and the Baby are filming a video for their new single, right? Oh, my God.
Hey, my man Boosie. Wow.
He is wild. Did you see him on Respectfully, Justin? That you should watch that, Ray. He was.
I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, he was wild on there. The Justin LaBoy and Justin Combs podcast, that joint was crazy. But anyway, so Boosie, put that back up on the screen.
I think they're asking something.
So Boosie is filming this video with the Baby, and he paid allegedly $554 to this man for him to be able to slap him as a scene in the video, right? Okay, cool.
Okay.
So my question is, do you think that man knew Boosie was going to knock them coins up out of him or nah? I'm going to show the video right now, and you let me know what you think, because this is wild.
Yeah, okay. This is crazy.
You want these punk ass rappers, you can't rap. How you gonna tell me you a goddamn rapper?
You look at the baby.
What's wrong with you, man?
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Keep popping them up. You gotta give him a tip. Oh, I gotta give him a...
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're gonna watch it one more time because you have to see it one more time. All right.
You want these punk ass rappers? You can't rap. How you gonna tell me you a goddamn rapper? What's wrong with you, man?
Oh, okay.
And see, I thought it was real, bro.
But you know what? It still could be real because if one person knew that this is basically it's the equivalent of a prank. It's always one person who knows it's real and one person.
No, they're saying the man knew.
They're saying the man knew.
So let's answer this question and operate from the part that the man he told the man, I'm paying you $554 so that I can smack you in this video for this scene. So first, is that okay? Do you think that man knew? I don't think that man knew he was gonna smack him that hard. I don't think so. I don't know because that was quite the smack.
Hey,
the smack.
That was like I told you earlier. That was like a Nipsey Hussle.
I don't know.
That was like when Nipsey Hussle snuck them coins.
I'm not saying $500 is all that, but if somebody asks me that question, I already know they're probably gonna smack me very hard. That's just how I think.
Okay, so you're from the because a lot of people got mad at him and Instagram suspended him.
You to hit them, I think that's a man thing. We understand we about to get hit hard.
Really?
You about to get shit smacked out.
That's just how men get down. We don't even play around like softly. You know what I mean?
So do you think it's just my womanly spirit that I feel so bad for the man?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know what boys go through?
Right.
It's nuts.
I grew up slapboxing. I understand that part, but that man don't even look like he right. You know what I'm saying?
And again, when I first looked at it, I had just looked at it on Instagram, and the dude was drunk. I'm talking about he was. It looked real.
He would take that $500 again. He would have get it for $100.
Yeah, but if the dude was drunk, could he consent properly?
Exactly.
No,
because he called
took
Boosie
you sober too.
Man, y'all rappers can't rap. Boosie looked at the baby. Yeah, I was like, oh.
I feel bad for laughing, but it's a hell of a slap.
You know how much malt liquor $500 gets you?
Yeah, but okay, so hold on. So Instagram suspended his account. Well, I don't think me and my engineer Eric were just talking about this. It's obviously not for just this because if you paid attention to Boosie's Instagram during quarantine, he kept getting suspended because he was not for really what he was doing. He was paying people money and they would get on his live and do crazy stuff, right?
Right.
So I'm thinking they're just like we've had it, like you gotta stop or whatever. But do you think that was smart on his behalf? Because first of all, if that man was drunk, even if they got him drunk, I think there's a lawsuit that could be had. The man doesn't seem right. He seems like he is off. Like maybe he's an alcoholic, but like a real deal, lifelong alcoholic.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it depends. If he signed a contract, it depends.
Yeah, I guess. I guess Boosie would have better lawyers than him, but is it right to do that?
Huh? $500. Man was like, man probably like, you know what? I'll take him on the chance.
He's not a minor. At the end of the day, the man signed off on it.
Right.
He was really excited if you watch the video that happens after, when they gave him the money and the baby gave him a tip, he was really excited, but I don't know, man. It just looked like that was just the wrong person to do that to.
He's good. He's not worried about it right now. The only reason he'll be worried about it is because it went viral. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But those are things you have to take into consideration nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's show it one more time.
I'm telling you, man.
Dudes take L's like that or whatever.
It reminds me of that daggone Nipsey
L's for free.
Look at this. This is crazy.
And he fried.
He is done. Come on, man.
Is that his boy in the background?
That's the baby.
That is insane to me. Like,
he's smiling at the end. Like,
yeah, so my engineer said he's smiling like he really is, though. I think he was excited.
We knew about
Yeah.
that.
He
My
good.
only thing is like the man seems like he's not all there, but he seems like your neighborhood wino. You know what I'm saying? It's like he smacked Ned the wino.
Functioning drunk.
Hey,
That's his
look,
normal state of being.
that man
Sleep and
ate
drunk.
that.
He has two
He
states
ate
of
that
being,
for 5
basically.
He good.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm just being too mama bear, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, that shit was
I
crazy.
have a
I'm like,
feeling
oh.
that man gonna get cleaned up and be on TV, and somebody gonna be like, "We're from Chasing in Boscolo" or some shit like that.
Nah, you know what? This might be a whole new thing for him or whatever. He might, get a couple of other celebrities to smack him up.
Yeah, he might parlay
I'm
it into
saying.
something. That's true. That's true. All right. I'm sorry to keep looking over. We're doing some rearranging in the studio, and my monitor is on my side instead of my front, and it's like force of habit. So sorry about that. All right. The next topic is definitely something that everybody should have at least heard a little bit about.
Wow. Uh-huh.
Look. Even my engineer said, "Oh, this guy." Woo, Derek Jackson. Okay.
Doing a reaction video to himself.
Oh, I know. Talk about narcissistic behavior. Crazy.
The third person conversation?
Oh my gosh. So I got a lot of thoughts about this. So we're going to break it down into sections. It's that deep. It's that deep.
Pretty
All
much.
right. For those of you watching who do not know, can you put the picture up but small so when people can see that it's like that's what we're talking about? On the side. Okay. So Derek Jackson was a relationship guru on the internets. He was very popular because he would tell black women specifically, it was more tailored towards black women, relationship advice that was pretty much common sense. Once you have self-worth, that's very important. But it was common sense relationship advice, and he would tell women, stuff about that. But a lot of black men did not like him from the very beginning because they felt like he was a hater. I mean, some people didn't like him giving up game. I see that. But some people were like, he's a fraud. He's a fraud. Because I've talked about this man for like 7 years in different groups. I always said, well, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, what he's saying is advice that you would give, your daughter, your mom, your sister, whatever. But we really shouldn't worship any of these people because you don't know what they're doing. You don't.
Right.
Okay. But a lot of women loved him. A lot of people loved him. This man sold T-shirts. He sold books that were called "Don't Forget Your Crown." He sold couples little card games, of which I was going to purchase, and I never did, and I'm glad because he on some other shit. I'm so glad I didn't. But anyways, like little date night cards, whatever. His tone was more accusatory towards men. Okay?
Right.
So a lot of men were like, he's just pandering to y'all. Y'all don't see it, but he's pandering. And all the women were like, nah, y'all just hating because he look good, because he's very muscular and, put together or whatever. So it was always this battle. Well, the women took a L this week. A hard L. On your bike for the first time, it flips over, face gets skint up on the ground. L.
Yeah.
Because Derek Jackson had 2 mistresses come out. The first one had sex with him in his bed that he shares with a wife that we only found out about a year ago. He basically gave the whole excuse of like protecting his wife from the world, whatever. That's when I started being like, something ain't right. Boom. The mistress came out and said they've been messing with each other forever, like forever. He buys her
Like
gifts.
she was a side chick.
Yeah, many of the videos he's recorded telling us to leave men if they're doing fuckboy behavior. He was recording at his side chick's house. He also had another side chick come out a couple of days ago, who he impregnated.
What? I didn't know that part.
Yes. Yeah. So, what he did was wanted to protect his interest because he makes a lot of money off this stuff. So he decides to go on a video to talk to his audience. And what he did showed that he is a true piece of shit and narcissist. First of all, he set his wife up, who is supposed to be his woman. Like, even if he's cheating, he shouldn't have put her out there like that. He knows he has a huge platform. People will ridicule you. He let that woman walk out there with a beret, bonnet, whatever. We thought it was a bonnet. She said it was something else.
Right.
On her head. It's not about if she has to look good or not. He looks good on everything. You don't let her look like that. She has no bra on. Her titties are sagging. She looks broken. And he holds her hand the whole time while they're talking. She's also very, very religious. So all of her answers and all of her answer videos have been about, you guys don't understand me because I'm protected with the breastplate of righteousness, and I believe in God, whatever. But if you really dig deep into it, his side chick has already let us know that he told her he knows her love language, and her love language is to speak to her about God. So whenever he messes up, that's all he has to do. So on this video, when he's holding her hand, the whole thing, like some crazy weird abuser. Look at this picture.
Right.
Look at this picture. Look how he's looking at her while she's
like
talking.
this.
That's not even a normal way you hold someone's hand.
It's
He
not.
holds their hand all the way up like this.
Hey, look, he got that hand gripped like this.
So, I mean, he's basically gripping her hand saying, Tina, if you ever try to kill yourself again, I'll kill you. That's what he's basically saying. So she gets dragged on the internet because everybody's like, hey, I think some of it was mean, but some of it was from a place of a black woman's heart. Like, I don't give a fuck what's going on. If he cheats on you and the world knows, you better never step your face on camera with him holding his hand and you don't look put together. It looks like he woke her up out of bed and said, come do this with me. And I believe he did it on purpose so that the attention would be off him and be put on her. Because now we know he is a true narcissist. He would always make videos about narcissists. He was talking about himself. He then goes on to make another video in the car outside of his side chick's house, because she just confirmed that he was outside of her house that day, a couple of days ago, after he sat on the video with his wife and said he hadn't cheated in like a year and she knew about all this stuff. He goes and makes another video where he's critiquing the video of him and his wife and talking in third person. If that's not some crazy narcissistic shit, I don't know what it is. So that's my rant. Derek Jackson is ridiculous. I never put him on a pedestal, but I definitely did listen to some of his videos. I think he did have some good information, because who better to get it from than the source? But women, we have to take this L. I've seen a lot of women in denial where they're skating around it. Like, take the L.
Remember what we talk about? Not enough women listening to men. They listen to a specific man, again, like you said, who panders to them. Not a man who's going to tell his side. And sometimes our side is going to be the exact opposite from yours. But it's our truth. And the thing is, or whatever, a lot of women don't want to listen to the actual truth, that doesn't put them on a pedestal. And I have always thought he was full of shit. If you pay attention to him, he's full of shit, because men know, or whatever, there is a gray area. It doesn't have to be deep gray. It can be light gray.
Yeah.
But there is a gray area when it comes to relationship. Definitely how we think about it when it comes to cheating, when it comes to monogamy, when it comes to when to settle down. There is a gray area. And there's a reason why we do the process the way we do. We're more mechanical with it. It's not automatically we're going to fall in love. Even if the feelings are there, it doesn't happen for a lot of us that way. And he's full of shit. And he doesn't tell it from our side. He tells it from oh yeah, he did wrong. Now he has to get, whatever's coming to him. And he says it in such a way where it's just like, yeah, be over with him. He's no good. There's no coming back from it. And when we hear another brother speak like that, we know he's full of shit. Because it's not just that easy, especially if you're a good-looking guy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it's automatic you have to cheat, but he's acting like it's easy to be this moral cop that he is, to be this above reproach guy that he is, and he's full of shit. So that's how we knew he was full of shit, because we're guys. But women were taking it in like, oh no, they exist. Really? They do?
So
to
this
be
is
to the
as a
point that he
woman
was.
though, because I remember having so many conversations that way. I think it's the delivery of both. So I think women, what I was hearing from men was, "Oh, he's full of shit," and we would say, "Well, why?" He's like, "Because he's pandering." And in our brain, we were saying, "Well, how is he pandering when all of us have dealt with men who are just like this?" He's just saying,
Right.
"Don't accept it."
And see, this my
Right,
thing.
but
This my
he's
thing with him.
treating it like it's no wiggle room. It's
Right,
either this cut and dry. He isn't even talking about the
right.
process or whatever. If you really want to get to the root, you got to talk about it from both sides. Yeah, this is wrong, but how do we even get here? You know, because you
Mm-hmm.
want to catch it before it gets to that point. And so he's
Mm-hmm.
not filling in the blanks or whatever. Because if you have this strong idea about how wrong it is, you know, as a man, how you got to that point. You know the reasons
Mm-hmm.
for it. It's not just because we want to cheat, not just
Hey,
because
Amanda.
we want
Hey,
to keep the women
Jennifer.
wrong. You
I
know?
think
So
at the end
I'm sorry,
at the
I
end of
spoke
the
over
day,
you,
man.
brother.
No, you good. At the end of the day, for real, I really didn't follow him. I mean, I seen a couple things, and some stuff he dropped was some good knowledge. Don't
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fake. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, is I think we all look at him as full of shit because he was kicking us out, but you was doing the totally opposite. You know what I'm saying? But then my thing is, I'm not gonna sit up and say I don't have no sympathy for the wife, but don't put your wife out there, man, embarrass her like that.
I
You know what I'm
feel
saying?
like
Because
that speaks
at the end of the day,
volumes.
at the end of the day, you're trying to save your brand. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's trying to do. He's trying
Oh,
to save that brand because
most
that's how he got
definitely.
his
He's
numbers up.
offering 50%
With
off
doing
coupon
what
codes
he's
in his
doing.
videos. What are you
But he,
doing?
but he, but he doesn't have to
Exactly.
carry it that way. We're the most forgiving race there is, period, on the planet.
True.
Right.
Matter
Right.
of fact, flaws is what really sells.
And
The
then
most
see and
flawed
see
individuals are always the most popular. The
and see
flawed
like
real individuals, the real flawed real individuals will always be popular.
yeah, yeah.
What
And
were you
see, like
saying,
Mona
Ray?
said, when he did that third party video, he did that third party video. Like, come on, man, that's straight manipulation. Like Charlamagne said, dude, you dead wrong for that, son.
Mm-hmm.
You totally wrong for that. Like Mona said, I ain't even know the man was married. Now, how you gonna consider yourself a relationship guru? You only been married for 4 years. Nigga, you're 30 something years old. You don't know nobody on love for real.
And
Come
now he
on,
got
man.
this woman. She making other videos saying all this religious stuff, all this stuff from the Bible, and and she was raised in the church, so she truly, this is how she feels, she believes, and he's manipulating her, where she
Yep.
can't even leave this behavior or this man alone because she feels like she needs to do what she's supposed to do, and that God has called her to do this. But he sat there, hold her hand. She's talking about all this religious stuff, and then had sex with a side chick that same week, and just made a video talking to all of us about his cheating ways outside the house. Like, nigga. I
Right.
mean,
And see,
that's all I
I
can
think that's what
say.
that's why everybody giving him hell because it's like, dude, you painted this picture like you were just
Perfect.
this flawless dude. You know what I'm saying? But the whole time, the shit that you saying don't do, you've been doing.
And on top of that, he's not being real with it or whatever.
Exactly. He's
Tell
like,
the
Exactly.
he
truth.
didn't
Tell
get
the
caught and
truth
be
or
like, you
whatever.
know
Tell
what,
the
I'm
truth
not
or
perfect,
whatever.
I did this. He's trying to
Right.
put religion into it and making his wife take all the heat.
Tell the truth or whatever, right? My platform has now put me in position to get bad joints or whatever. You know what? I use my platform in that way. I
Mm-hmm.
continue to use my platform in that way. I have issues, I have problems, I need to resolve them, you know? But this is real. And understand or whatever that these men, the bigger the platform or whatever, not always, but there is a lot of stuff coming at these type of guys.
Yeah.
And he needs to be real all the way around, you know? Because again, a lot of times when guys are in those situations, we don't have them coming all the way out. So when we're saying this as a man, as a regular guy, it's looking like we're making it up. No, it's reality. I'm not saying he should have cheated,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm sorry, it's harder for Derek Jackson to remain monogamous than me if he was me. And you know, I think I'm a good looking man, but if I had his platform, it would be crazy. Because you know what? I could go through them all and I don't have to tell them my name is Eric. They're coming up to me saying, how you doing, Mr. Jackson? That's a whole nother deeper, darker link. And he
So
needs to be truthful about it.
so what about the people, the women, the multiple women who are they're very betrayed. I'm not betrayed because I don't put any stock in anybody at this at this point. But they're betrayed because some women actually left their men. They left their men off this advice.
Yeah.
Now, granted, some of them probably should have left their men. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But how many women didn't seek another way of working it out and said, no, he's a fuckboy, or no, he's on this, or no, he's
That's
a
the most
narcissist.
dangerous thing he did. He said zero tolerance. Zero.
Exactly.
That's what he proclaimed.
Hey,
Yet
Ronnie.
saying,
hey.
What's your
thoughts on the Derek Jackson case? Because I really want to know, Ronnie.
Yeah, that man, he stirred the whole world up with that. You know what I'm saying? And again, Ronnie, she'll tell you, she used to look at him. I'm like, man, who is this dude? I said, and I used to always say, man, he's just straight bashing. You know what I'm saying? But
he didn't always straight. I know men thought that, but he wasn't always bashing y'all. He had some videos where he would be okay.
And again, you're right. And some of it he wasn't. Some of it he wasn't, because he had set up and said the other day when he first made a video, he was like, his life was good, and then you know what I'm saying, he found God, and then once he found God, everything started to turn bad for him, or stuff started to go awry. Come on, son, for real.
I'm gonna tell you what he's really saying. You know what? He knows what's right and wrong. He probably had a great family situation, you know, and he knows right from wrong. But you know what? He has some demons. That's what he was really saying. But even now, Mr. I know how to articulate myself. He didn't say the right words. He has some demons. That's what he was speaking on.
So Ronnie said she has a lot of thoughts. Ronnie, would you like to come on camera? I can bring you on camera on Facebook. Let me. Yeah, he did. He definitely did. Add her to the Zoom call. Oh, Ronnie, I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link right now. I want you to come on if you can. I don't know. You know, we're women, so sometimes, you know, you catch me in a moment I'm not expecting. I ain't coming on no camera. But hopefully she can. I'm about to send you the Zoom link because I would definitely love to hear your thoughts, because her perspective is always refreshing. All right. So, do you think that? All right, girl. I just sent you the link. Do you guys think that all of these relationship gurus deep down inside are full of shit, or do you think?
No.
Because even though we know Derek Jackson is full of crap and he's possibly like a real deal narcissist, but at the same time he gave good advice. So like, how do you deal with that? Hey, Ronnie. Ronnie is on. Yep. Hey, girl.
Hey, Ronnie.
Can't hear her yet.
Got her mic.
Unmute your mic, Ronnie. Unmute your mic. She doesn't know.
I had to take myself off of Facebook.
Oh, okay.
So it wouldn't do them. So I have a lot to say. So one, I liked his advice, right? So let me just separate the advice from the man himself. I would listen to some of the things that he would say, not because I'm going to leave my man because he had an opinion, but because he did give you some perspective on how to think about, you know, when men do what they do. And I think he did it from his own experience. Now that he's actually exposed, I think his advice is even more timely because he was actually speaking on what he do and how to avoid the pitfalls clearly that his wife is enduring. So one, I separate the message from the messenger. And sometimes people don't like when I say that. I'm a Libra. I can be fair. I can hear things for what they are and not necessarily say, okay, this person, because they're flawed, then their advice is no longer
exactly. I understand.
So to me, I've separated the two. Just like, you know, you go into the history of people like Martin Luther King, etc. Clearly, he did some things that people questioned, but that doesn't necessarily mean his movement was then not valid because he was human.
Yes.
I think also You know, he's a young man, and clearly he's been with his wife, I think 12 years. So they've been together since college. I saw a picture of them at Tuskegee. It was funny. I'm on this HBCU group.
And stop there. He had skin problems and everything in college, and she stood by him. You saw that?
Exactly. So I'm not clear. Like they've been together since college, 12 years. He's 30, so you do the math. I think that was a little young for him to try to make a lifetime commitment to someone. I thought that might have been a little unwise on his part.
But that's the perfect age to groom a woman.
You better say it. So she's been with his shenanigans since she was 18, 19 at the most.
She don't know nothing else.
But I still think that the advice he would give, I mean, I thought he was a very thoughtful gentleman. I still do. But I do think the whole going on the social media thing, the way he did that was completely, like, I thought that was the clown move. Like the way he responded, having his wife on there, holding her hand, talking about Jesus. It was just a little much. I would have just first of all, he should have got a publicist to help him with damage control.
That's what I said. I said, what?
He really got some coins, so he should, like everybody else in these streets who do what they do, you get you a publicist, somebody who knows how to shape the narrative, and you get some consultation.
Yes.
I don't think he did that whole piece well at all. And she was just, and then she did some videos. She was out of pocket, and I'm like, sis, we never seen you since. Only thing I think I saw was her on the cover of the book he just did.
He just put her on the cover to because he got caught. Like he kept you hidden.
Yes, you was in the hidden streets, so I think you should have stayed in the hidden streets, and y'all should have got a publicist for damage control. But I still think, like I said, I used to watch Derek, and Ray used to hate me, like, why are you talking to this clown, listen to this clown? No, I felt like, as a person who don't have a brother, who sometimes as a woman, you interpret relationships through the lens of as a female, as a woman, it was nice getting a male's perspective.
Yeah.
Did it mean I was going to listen to it? You know what I'm saying? But I thought and then now I'm clear. He's actually an expert
in what he talks about
and how to avoid the missteps that he is clearly engaged in. So it's just like talking to an ex-crackhead about how to avoid crack.
That's true.
They might have something to offer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
again, I say he gave good advice on the times that I have heard him.
Yeah.
But like everybody said, the advice he's been giving lately, he's been talking about a spitting mirror image of himself.
No, I think the advice he's been giving from the beginning has been about himself.
I don't think so. I don't think from the beginning.
Oh.
Like you spoke on how he looked in college. I don't think
He's only been see, y'all might not know what I know about him. He's only been on the internet scene for 7 years.
7 years.
I definitely believe he has been doing this for 7 years, because if you listen to the side chicks, he's been doing this for those 7 years.
Okay.
He was talking about himself.
Just arrived when he got notoriety.
Yeah, so right? Amanda in the comments, she said, some of the majority, now, there are good, faithful men. It seems that the bigger he got, so did his eyes and appetite. I do believe that's what happened. Yep. I believe he had some F-boy tendencies. He could speak on it. He's a man. He knows how to speak on what men do. And the bigger he got, and he started pumping up them arms and all that, he was like, okay.
Which is like some of the things that Kevin Samuels talks about. It's just like, when you have a bigger platform, you sometimes or whatever do the things that you couldn't do before.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I think Nikki is a prime example of that.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's what I was about to say, brother. Because, like, the most regular brother, me and Ray, we joke about this. I'll be like, I'm glad I met you when I met you. You might blow up and then you change the game. Bro, people do it all the time, not just men, but people, they blow up. And then the chick that's been by your side and all that sound good. Ride or die, but okay, you're going to ride and die, do some other stuff, because you now have this notoriety. Hey. And unfortunately for men,
they shut the public restrooms off, bro.
It's easy to do that. Because, you think about the ratios, and it's a lot of sisters out there doing a lot of things. I actually heard one sister he was dealing with was a doctor. She didn't even know he was on the interwebs, because she was in surgery. I think she was a sister, maybe 30. She had been in medical school. She was talking about she didn't know who he was, and he gave her the name D, Like his name was D. He didn't say Derek Jackson and he just was this dude. And then she found out, wait a minute, who is this dude? And then she saw all the videos and was like, he married? So, it's a lot of high quality women out there. Brothers get 5 cents. They trying to see what they can do with it. I am not surprised.
I agree.
that's
So
my 2
I don't have this on a slide, but I just remember that I wanted to talk about this too. This is still a relationship question. So Quavo from the Migos, who's like a big rap group, and Saweetie, who is a really popular up and coming, very beautiful female rapper. They were like this little couple. They are the other half couple of the Migos. Well, one other half of Cardi and Offset. Sorry, I'm gonna say Takeoff and Offset. So they're that whole family. Well, Saweetie last week discovered and thought to herself, I am a beautiful, successful woman. This man keeps cheating on me. He keeps putting on the internet. He's buying me Birkin bags and cars, but it's all makeup gifts. And she basically went to the internet and said it. I'm single. I've dealt with too much hurt for too long. He keeps cheating on me. Boom, boom, boom. He got mad that she told everybody, and he made a post basically saying, you're not the girl who I thought you were. And ladies, pay attention because that's how they gaslight you. But you're not the girl I thought you were. You shouldn't be telling, he was like, I can't believe you're doing this, because he didn't want everybody to know what he had did to her. Mm-hmm. She hit him with, and this is where it really hurt, take care. Every woman knows the fact that she didn't spend time writing a big thing out, and she just said take care, or be blessed, or, okay, beloved, she's done. So it hurt his feelings, I think. So what he did was he went and repossessed the car he just got her. I think it was a Bentley.
He said he didn't do that.
You talking about Quavo?
He was supposed to have repossessed the Bentley. I didn't hear him say he didn't do it. I heard from his camp, what I had read was that it was leased. So that's why he did it, which makes sense. If it's leased in your name, why would you have somebody else have the car, whatever. But my question from that is, in relationships, when things go south, should, in any circumstance, the person who gave you a gift be able to come back and take the gift back?
Nah. Me and Ronnie was talking about that. They said, and Quavo, like Eric said, Quavo said he didn't do it.
Okay, but even if he didn't do it, we know other situations happen where people take rings back or whatever.
I heard he got it taken. He got it picked up to get it taken out of his name to put in her name. But to answer your question, no. Once you give somebody a gift, let them have it. That's like me giving Ronnie that shirt she got on one of my shirts and say, you know what? Give my shirt back. Give my sweatshirt back.
I bought this shirt though.
No.
And then from the other side, that is a sore point. My favorite gift someone took away from me, I didn't even know she took it. She took it, and like years later, she gave it back to me, and I was hurt. Like, oh my God, you really did that. Like, that was almost worse than if she cheated on me during the time we were together, because I was like, I can't believe you did that. So yeah, that's some sucker stuff. I don't agree with that at all.
That sounds cute and all, but y'all know when you're in a relationship and you really love that person and it's going sour and it comes to an end, people are petty. We know that.
Mm-hmm. I'm not that type of petty. I don't want it. I am the type of person that if I'm mad at you and I haven't even given you the gift yet, I still give you the gift. Because I feel a certain type of way if it's affecting me that much, that I'm that petty, it makes me feel like a sucker. So I've done that, I'm not talking to this particular female anymore, but I'm mail it to him like, this is yours. Mm-hmm. I don't even return stuff I haven't given to people. So I don't myself do things like that.
Yeah.
Well, I think the only thing that you should give back is an engagement ring, because that had a condition. I watch enough court shows to when you break off.
She said I had a condition.
I watch a lot of court shows, so literally because it's a conditional gift for marriage. So if you break off an engagement or whatever, and that person gives you an engagement ring, I've been engaged like 5 times, and each time I've given back the engagement ring.
We need a show on that.
Hold on.
I want to hear about that.
Nope. Pause.
No.
Pause.
Kevin said something about that earlier.
Pause. Ronnie, I'm going to give you your flowers. The only other person I know who collects engagement rings like Thor is Jennifer Lopez. Did you say that you have got somebody to propose to you 5 different times?
Hey, Ronnie, you need to look. You need to go on Instagram and look at Kevin Samuel's thing because he was talking to a woman today.
No, let
earlier
her
when I
answer
first
me
got to work.
first.
No, yeah, I wanna hear
Have
about-
you
I
been
wanna hear from
proposed
her.
to 5 times?
Mm-hmm.
She's doing a workshop this summer, ladies. We're gonna get it set up.
But look,
She gonna do a
At
workshop.
first, I was just like, I want to meet her. I was like,
But
no, I
I've
don't.
only had,
All
but
right,
every
cool.
man I've been with, me and Ray talk about it. We ain't been engaged yet, so he'd be 6. But every man I've ever been with and proposed to me, I've only
no,
been.
I'm not. No, hold up. Don't get it fucked up. I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be 6 with the marriage.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Talk
No,
your
no, he's
shit,
gonna
This will
King.
be my
He's gonna
last
be the
one.
one. He's gonna
This will
the
be
one
my
husband.
last one.
Right.
But
He's gonna be the one.
but one I was young, and then another I was with somebody a long time, and then the other was my ex. You know, with my daughter's father. Like it was, and it was one that I don't really count. It's really 4. One was just like, oh my God,
I
but
see you,
married.
Queen.
I got.
But you know what? But you know what? Wait.
An Avenger. That's
I see you,
that's
Queen. Go ahead,
I
girl.
got. I got a
People propose to you like that.
Kevin
That's
Samuel
powerful.
because he
You have
looked at
power.
the woman.
But no,
He's like,
I'm gonna
"What is
tell
wrong
you
with
though.
you?"
I'm very, very, very domestic. Like I'm very accomplished, but I'm very real. I'm very like home and men. You know, I take care of
They
people
like
that
that,
I care
yes,
about.
for sure.
It's amazing that you say that. Like my mom's been in well, four men asked her to marry her. She's been married 3 times. So it's
These
amazing to
queens
me.
out here
Some
getting
women
it.
never get proposed to, and then other women they have a gang of men try to wife them. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, and I'm glad that it went how it went. And so here we are. But I think it's because men, and I'm very faithful and loyal. I got all those qualities, but I didn't think the marriage proposals were really going to serve me. The thing that actually happens is when you're that kind of woman, men get real complacent real fast. So even though they admire what you bring, like you bring to the table, you loyal, you got.
Are y'all hearing her right now?
But then when they got to step up and partner that, it causes a lot of confusion. So either what they do is they take advantage of that, which is what my experience has been, where they felt like they didn't have to step up because I'll give my love freely. I don't have a whole lot of you gotta do. That's not that kind of person. So sometimes it creates complacency, which isn't great. And maybe your mother can explain, like, if you're that kind of woman who's like, look, if I'm with you, I'm with you. You ain't got to worry about me in these streets. You ain't got to worry about me. I'm going to take care. I'm going to have a good credit score. I'm going to be able to take care of home. I got a PhD. Like Kevin always talk about women with PhDs. Just because I have a PhD don't mean I can't serve my man or whatever that comes with. So I have both. I can be accomplished. I can run businesses and I can run a household. Now, with a man, they got to really understand how to partner that, because what happens and what has caused the relationships to end is that it's when I stop doing all that, then it's like, well, am I just going to get it just cause? And so it's even though you get proposed to, it don't mean nothing, because at the end of the day, people going people, and then either you're going to, follow through with being that person's partner, or you just going to take and take and take and take until it ends. So many of mine was just people just kept almost like a garden. You just keep going in the garden, getting what you want, but you never cultivate the garden.
Right.
And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Dr. Ronnie Ellington, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we're going to go to the next one. All right, our next topic, eels. The Cardi B Grammy performance.
Ooh.
Was the backlash warranted, or was it a spotlight on America's hypocrisy? I'm going to get y'all's thoughts first.
I'm sorry. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. That's just me. I wouldn't do it.
Okay, is the Grammys a family show anymore?
The Grammys haven't been a family show for a long time. I don't know why people thought it was supposed to be a family show this year.
For real. Okay, let's talk about like some of the moments, right? Let's talk about like Prince with the assless pants, right? Now, that was so far out there, whatever, because most of the show was still wholesome or whatever, right? But now we're not surprised by it. So was it, maybe it was a family show back then that, that's why that Prince thing was so glaring. So it wasn't like it was a whole bunch of acts like that being, provocative. It was moments, little
You
blurs
gotta change the
here
thing.
and there, you
You
know,
got Derek
Britney
Jackson's on.
Spears and some sheer stuff that is nothing now,
Cardi
you
up
know, Prince showing his ass. So it's on a different level now. So I think growing up, the Grammys were a family show in the 80s and early 90s, at least. You just had these little pockets of situations that happen every now and then, but it wasn't like a provocative show, period, you know, in my opinion.
Well, when you say a family show? So first of all, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. I'm dating myself. Shut up, Ray. Um, so what we had access to,
OG, triple OG.
what we had access to was very different than what people got access
Absolutely.
to. So this whole idea of kids, and this is my thing, when you don't like something, you get to not like it and say it's not for you. But I'm tired of people throwing out the kids as the reason why it was so provocative. Them kids got cell phones.
Your kids should have had tussing and been in bed by this time anyway.
All kinds of randomness on
They
their
see a lot
cell
of
phone.
they see a lot worse stuff.
Exactly. So they probably done seen the WAP video. Like, let's not pretend our kids don't live in a
But
context.
should there be a shared space where we think certain content's supposed to live? I'm all for freedom of speech, freedom of expression. I'm not trying to say they shouldn't be doing these things, but where is there a space where we're saying, you know what, it is truly going to be PG continuously? Should there be a shared
it
space
was
there?
PG, because if it wasn't, it would have been censored. They were not nude. They were not. They was wearing leotards like people wear who go to gym events. Their outfits were like gymnastics. They just was in a big bed doing whatever they was doing. They wasn't naked. Nobody saw a boob like with Janet, where her boob popped out with boob gate. Nobody boob popped out. They was dancing. I mean, I don't know what.
But you know what? I'm gonna let everybody else. This is my only point. I have a young man or whatever. That's my son, and I just want to find more places where I know that's not going to happen, and it's not enough. Of course, the internet is going to be the internet, right? I just want spaces. I even have to think about going over certain friends' houses because they smoke, weed in front of their kids and they do this or whatever. So it's just like already have to navigate enough. I just want shared spaces, just a small place, and it's just like it's getting harder and harder to find that. I'm not saying
that's valid. That is valid. Wanting shared spaces. But first of all, a person like you're a hip hop head, so you know when Cardi B is about to perform and it's up, you've already heard up, turn the channel.
Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah.
You already know. My thing with the Grammy performance is this. I'm tired of the hypocrisy. The same people who were so appalled that Cardi B, while pregnant, I think she's pregnant, but that's a whole, because I don't even think the performance was that great, but that's a whole nother subject. I think she's pregnant. I really do. While she was doing that whole performance, and they were really mad about Meg and her scissoring. If you think that's real scissoring, that's, I don't know what to tell you. That was nothing. But they were really mad about it. Those same exact people just praised the former First Lady, who also posed naked and did all kinds of stuff. And they praised her because, well, she grew past that. That's what she did in her 20s. Ask me how old Cardi B is. She's in her fucking 20s. So you're mad at her for not progressing to where someone who you just praised at and you want her canceled. But you don't want Channel 9 canceled or the networks that broadcast it. You don't want the advertisers who did it. If you think for a second the Grammy did not know they were going to do that, you're fooling yourself. I'm tired of them coming down on people and blaming, oh, well, this, and that. I understand that. Like, you don't want to see it. Turn the channel, whatever. It's on regular channel. It shouldn't be on there. It should be on cable. Those are arguments. But stop it. You're blaming a girl who grew up in the hood, who has only had real money for about 4 years now. She's still young and in her 20s. She's growing progressively. You can see her growing. But she's really out there with her sexual freedom. We are not. There are other countries who don't think about sex like we do. We are so obsessed with silencing sexual behavior with women and silencing and pushing it down. When all of us like to fuck, I mean, I don't know what else to say, but that.
And also, you make a good point, Mona, with women. Because men have historically had all kinds of half-naked chicks, leotards, all kinds of stuff,
in
and they
every
be
musical
fully
genre.
clothed, and they'll have a video or a dance routine, and ain't nobody mad at nothing.
Yep.
The fact that
Luke,
it was two
case in
women,
point, Luke.
that's the problem. That's the problem. And I say,
That's what it
go
was.
for it.
That's what it was. That's what it
And
was.
You're right. It's the
I
two
would
women.
do
Because
it.
in the 80s, I remember the rock stars with the girls with, they didn't really have butt like that, but they basically had dental floss in between it. Like, that's really what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing, man. They was mad because they saw them curves on them stages.
And
half
Megan
of
Thee
them got the
Stallion
curves.
is my hero. She doing it for the tall girls. I ain't mad at nothing. I ain't mad. Megan, if I had a body like that, I might be naked too. So
But
I
like you-
ain't mad
but like you said,
at
I
like
just
you
think
said,
people are
Marvin,
hypocrites.
that's the minimum of what we have seen on the Grammys in the past. Like you said, rock stars and rock and roll bands have done a lot worse. Satanic stuff, half naked women. You know what I'm saying? It's
It's because
get
it's
down with this shit.
women. It's women. If brothers have had, you look back on performances, you had chicks in leotards in the background.
Like
Now,
I said,
granted, they
look,
wasn't on a big bed, but Madonna got real close. It was
Yeah.
like there's been other performances that was a little risque, went to the left. Even what's her name? The little tall, skinny one. What's her name? Everybody like
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift and Miley
Okay.
Cyrus, they borderline. It wasn't, again, they don't look like Megan and Cardi, but they've done little things in little leotards and whatever.
It's
So
meant
I
to
just
shock the public. They did exactly what they wanted it to do.
Yep.
And it goes back to, it's deep actually, like that's why I don't follow that. It's deep. I understand we want safe spaces for children, and that is very valid what Eric said, but it's about the black body. It even goes deeper, because I remember when Jason's Lyric, the movie, came out, and I was in middle school, and the controversy was to rate it NC-17 or rate it R, because I remember this vividly, them saying black people in sexual situations is more sexual than white American people. And I was like, what? No, but they all have sex. I mean, I've snuck porn at this point. Like, everybody does it. But for some reason, it creates more of a conversation. And I'm sure it creates way more of a conversation now, because these girls are, getting butt injections, or they're naturally stacked. Our bodies are just different. So I just think it's a big hypocritical thing, especially because what I saw was the people who were so upset about it just spent the last 4 years praising the former First Lady, who had fully naked pictures. Fully.
Right.
That's what I said, man. It's bullshit.
When
man.
she was Cardi's age. So I'm just like, that's crazy to me. All right, we got one more to go. This is the last one. And I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, yeah. Okay, so unfortunately, Bobby Brown Jr. passed away a little while ago, and just recently they came through and said that his reason for death was an overdose. And, of course, our condolences go out to that family, because that family has suffered so much throughout the years with various addictions and overdose. If you've never read Bobby Brown's autobiography, I highly suggest it. It's one of my favorites, and everybody knows me, knows I'm a reader. It's definitely a good autobiography. That man has been through so much. Like, it's crazy.
Okay.
But his son, unfortunately, took some drugs, passed away. His mother is saying he wasn't a drug user. So this may have been like a first time thing or whatever. I don't know. It came back. He had a mixture of fentanyl. If you remember, about a year back, a couple years before, fentanyl came out on the street in the heroin packs, and it was killing people left and right. Boom. So they know what it is. Right. But right now, Bobby Brown and his son's mother are pushing to prosecute and arrest the person who gave him the drugs. And that's a big conversation, because that's happening a lot. Do you feel that the victim, the person who overdoses family should be able to come after the drug dealer, or the drug dealer should go to jail for a separate offense? If they get caught, they're going to go to jail for drug distribution. But should they go to jail for murder or manslaughter, because they're giving a drug to somebody, even though the person is willingly making the decision to purchase that drug from them?
Yeah, you use the word giving drugs. They're not giving drugs.
They're selling.
They're
Selling
selling drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Just like people are selling us bad food and all kinds of stuff that is not supportive of our systems. It's not just fentanyl.
Yeah.
Let's just be clear. There's a lot of things that are being sold on the black market, open market, or whatever that have known effects on human beings. So if we're going to set a precedent for fentanyl and drugs, then we need to set that precedent across many different avenues. Just because a death is slow doesn't make it any less dead. So all these things that we sell each other that are not in our best interest, from bad food all the way up to drugs, then you should be across the board. If I keep eating fried chicken from hip hop and I get a heart attack,
That chicken
and
good though.
I mean, but still, and that's how people feel about drugs. I'm not a druggie, you know.
Yeah, that's true. They do feel the same way.
That's how they feel. That's why
true.
they take it. So
But it's
if we
different.
go, huh?
If the Colonel's recipe became, illegal, and yes, after that sale and you die, yes, then it's a crime.
But legal is a function. Wait a second. Legal is a function of making a law that serves the capitalistic interest.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so let's not go into. Please don't start me with laws, because they'll switch the law upon you to justify
In
anything.
a minute.
No.
In a minute, they will.
My point isn't, I wasn't making that point, right? So we're talking about a couple of different items that will kill you, whether it's quickly or slowly, right? At this moment, particular thing is illegal, right? So,
and it's illegal to buy as well. It's illegal to buy. The buyer knows it's illegal, and the seller knows it's illegal. So you're engaged, and I watch enough court shows to see this. The courts cannot mediate an illegal sale. Like, if you do something illegal, you can't now go to the courts for restitution in an illegal act. You both participated in a quote illegal transaction. Now you are no longer protected under the law. You engaged in it. Now, if he would have forced you, if he'd have told you it was some aspirin,
but these are the parents or whatever. Just like in civil law, it's someone on behalf of someone else.
Mm-hmm. The transaction was an illegal transaction.
Okay.
This man a gun was not put to his head to purchase illegal drugs.
My thing is
this. But you know how precedent starts or whatever. You know what? It's something that was never done before. But
well, I'm just saying. Again, I'm not no lawyer. I just watch Judge Judy.
I don't think they need to go out to him.
The point I'm making is, when you engage in an illegal transaction, you are no longer protected by. You can't say, "Oh, I did something illegal, but I died, so now my part of the illegal transaction gets turned over because I died."
Yeah.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Like, you, again, if it was when you say gave, that's a different conversation than I have an illegal item. You buy it. You buying it at your own risk. That's all I'm saying. Now, I don't say that it doesn't hurt the family, right? The family has to grieve that. But to now make that the function of the illegal seller, when your son was actually engaged in an illegal act and purchase, that's not how you gonna get protection under the law when you already broke the law.
They try to do it as well. I never followed back up on it, but I think Mac Miller, who was also a rapper who passed away from an overdose, I know that they were trying to go after his dealer, and also when Demi Lovato overdosed a couple years ago. But really, to me, that's still getting the lowest hanging fruit, because we all know those packs that came in, that fentanyl was taking people out. That came from somewhere. And the little people who are selling it, that's not where it really came from. So why would they not try to go after fully the big person? Well, they can't do that, because then we get into deep stuff like COINTELPRO and how the drugs are really getting here. So
exactly.
they can't.
But my
so
point,
they
I'm just saying,
trick people.
The bottom line is, if you all out here in these illegal streets, you're taking a risk. And even in these legal streets, like, we gotta be better at knowing what we're putting in our bodies and understanding the impact of that, and being willing to own, yes, there are things out of my control, right? If I go get hit by a bus and I ain't know, that's fine. But if I go and engage in an illegal transaction that could potentially harm me, I cannot then come back and say, "Oh, I got harmed, it's your fault."
But if this is their first time, if the person is young, we can give some leeway, because sometimes children try things and it takes them out.
But it's hard to prove that too. This is truly your first time.
It is.
And I don't believe that, because where you just gonna randomly wake up one day and say, I want fentanyl, I don't even know what that is. And
Well,
I don't
no,
I mean,
he
that
had
is the
the
first time for
heroin packs
everything.
were the fentanyl was in the heroin. That's why so many people
Right.
have been overdosing.
I'm
And
not
there is
buying
a
no
first time for
tat from
everyone to
nobody
do
on the
something.
street
It's
and putting it in my body and then expecting them to take care of, like, I'm gonna be all right. See, I don't, to me, you ain't nobody out here. Now, if you, I don't know, maybe if you have a learning impediment or whatever, I don't know. It has to be under some special
Yeah, I feel
circumstances.
like it's a gray area. Like I think we need to, as a whole, as a responsibility, as a nation, start taking more personal responsibility for a lot of shit. But outside of that, like there's a little gray area some places because if the person, like you said, is mentally ill, different things like that. But anyways, that's something to think about. That concludes the episode today because I've gone over time a little bit. But thank you, Eric, Ronnie, and Ray.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on, girl. I appreciate you. Thank you for
and my
everybody who
man
tuned
Derek,
in and who's in the
y'all keep him
comments.
in your prayers, man. Derek Jackson, he out here trying to rebuild his name.
Everybody who is watching this, if you want to see it again, you can watch it on all major streaming platforms in 2 days. On Tuesday, it'll be uploaded on there: YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, those type of things as well. And for all the people who are watching on those on YouTube or listening through those platforms, thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and follow button. And thank you guys. We will be back next Sunday at 8 live on our Facebook page. Thank you.
And I love that lipstick, Mo.
Girl, this. And look, I'm a Fenty Beauty fan. Okay, get into it.
Oh,
this is
you,
Rihanna.
Look, you got me out here looking crazy. I'm just here.
You look beautiful. Melanin is popping. You're good.
I'm like, look, I ain't got no lipstick, no makeup. I was working.
You are good. This is
I don't got on any makeup either. You're good.
You don't have no makeup. I thought you was made up, bro. I thought you was got ready.
Ray got the good mask on. Ray, I hope you didn't get in trouble because I saw somebody look like a manager come behind you at one point.
No, that's my relief.
Eric saw that shit too.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm just yo.
That's my look. That's the person who's coming after me.
We gotta all meet up and have dinner or something because all three of y'all live in Maryland.
Yeah, all right, y'all. Take care. I'm gonna go ahead and read these transcripts.
All right, girl. Bye, everybody.
Get that work done.
Bye.